Number 75. What percentage of the final current I/O flows through an inductor L in series with a resistor 3 time constants after the circuit is completed? So basically, this is an RL circuit, and when we're dealing with RL circuits, we have these three formulas over here on the right-hand side. What we will do here is we will assume that we're kind of like turning the circuit on, more or less. And what we're going to do then in that particular case is we're going to use this formula. All right. And the reason why I'm making that assumption, if you kind of read it, it says what percent of the final current I/O flows through an inductor, blah, 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 after 3 time constants that are completed. So it sounds to me like it's starting off and we're going to turn it on. So in other words, this is going to be some current at some final point in time. You can think of this as the max current, or the max, I know this is like initial sometimes, and here they're calling it the final, right? I mean, we're getting a little turned around here, but this kind of, think of this as representing like the max current, all right, that can be obtained. Then multiply by 1 now minus e to the negative time that has elapsed divided by the time constant, okay? So if I want to find the percentage of the final current I/O, what they're really asking me for is to divide this on out. Because imagine this is 5 and this is 2.5, right? And I would say, well, what percent of the final current is the current in the circuit? And you'd say, well, it's half, right? Because this value is half of the 5 of the max. So you're really doing a division here. You're really dividing this in your mind like that, okay? So I'll get rid of these parentheses now because we really don't need them. And this is now what it works out to be, okay? So the thing now that they tell us is that the elapsed amount of time is 3 time constants. In other words, that t will equal 3 time constants. So what we can now do is we can plug that on into the formula. It's going to be 1 minus e to the negative now 3 tau over tau. What happens to the taus? We'll see you later, tau. And calculate. So this is now that, by the way, the e reduces down to basically e to the negative 3. So this is now going to be 1 minus then e to the negative 3. And what do you get? About 0.95, 0 or so, right? They want it in percent. You know that this is a decimal, so this is just about 95.0%. Guys, thanks for tuning in. I hope that helps. Check out some more of the video if you have any questions. And, by the way, we're also doing chemistry and mathematics. So if you're taking like a pre-calc class concurrently or in the future, or a chemistry class, Gen Chem at the moment, or inorganic, sometimes they call it, check out some of those videos, all right? Even if you're not using the OpenStax books, they're free to download. You're free to browse those problems, and I guarantee you that the problems you are having in your own class will be very, very, very similar, if not identical, to some of those questions in that book, all right? So that's another way to help you out. We'll see you soon.